So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Yeah, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny.
Hot, hot, hot. Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the LaTangela Show podcast. You know, I pride myself on getting some of the best in the building, in the hot seat, on the tan line. And today I finally pulled it off. Because I've been waiting to get my sister in this hot seat on the tan line for the longest. And she's just out here busy because she's doing the Lord's work. And I can't argue about it because I checked the schedule. They don't have to look forward to see that it's super busy. Sure. Tasha Clark-Amar, how are you?
I am great. Thank you so much for having me. I am excited. This is probably the first or second time I've done this, so I'm a novice. So walk lightly with me, but I'm glad to be on here. And I love the work that you do and the impact that you make in this community. So who could tell you no? Not me.
Thank you so much. Yeah. You know, I'm just learning by the example. And even, you know, the work that you do on the day-to-day, paying it forward as the CEO of such a large entity when it comes down to the East Baton Rouge Council on Aging. Yeah. What comes across your desk on a day-to-day?
On a day-to-day, it's just help. You know, we are a mission-driven agency, and every day it's our mission to help somebody. So every day I get somebody on my desk needing help, and that's how I know I'm working in my purpose. Because it's important that you take the time. I don't care if you're at the top of the organization or the bottom. You take the time to know the people that you're helping, know their issues. How can we improve and enhance their lives? How can we change a bad day into a good day? And so every day I get to do that for somebody. Every day I get to go home with a smile on my face that I have truly helped somebody, impacted somebody, made a difference in somebody's life. And that somebody just happens to be elderly. Right? Yeah. Because we can't forget them. They are important. They paid the way for us.
That part. And you have so many trailblazers that have really paid it forward.
Most definitely.
In these years, and especially now with this instant gratification where people are looking for something in return. That's like right. I can't just do for you if you can't do for me in the moment. Right. What about
or I can't do for you, or if I'm gonna do for you, I'm gonna film it and I'm gonna post it and I'm gonna share it. And you go drive through picking up something from me and I'm going to show it to the world. We don't do that over here.
Right. And the agency is ran with that decency.
That's right.
It gives those in need the dignity to thrive and not to be afraid to ask. For so long, the word help brings about stigmas. And when you start working to eliminate those stigmas for you and your team, what are some of the things that you focus on to make sure that it resonates from the top to the bottom, from the front to the back of every room?
We focus on helping people the way we want to be helped. You can't do for somebody else with a bad heart. So you want to give people something that's true and from your heart. So, and we don't want to give it for show. We're not looking for recognition. We don't want our name in lights. We don't want our name called up. We're doing this because, you know, I'm setting down my path right now for my eternal victory. So I know what I do today is me paving the path for me to go where I'm supposed to be. And so we make sure that every day that we help and assist these seniors, because we want them to be independent, and we want to help them with dignity and respect and decency. And so we make sure that that's first and foremost, because God gonna get the glory.
All the time. And, you know, I smile when you say that because I'm thinking about the stress you sent me through when I was trying to reach out to you to nominate you and acknowledge you as one of our trailblazing women in the city. It was like, no, thank you. I appreciate it. I was like, no, I know you appreciate it, but listen, this is what I'm trying to do. And I'm talking about it must have been up to the day of. I was like, now look here, Tasha. Doing the work, this ain't about you. I just want to tell you, thank you. You know, because I feel like those who are doing the work with the heart that you have, they're not worried about having their name in lights.
No.
But you're the hidden gems that's hidden in plain sight that we need to highlight to keep you encouraged, to let you know that you also have a village that's willing to pour into you and the work that you're doing. And people need to see that people got genuine hearts in this space.
Well, you know, and I appreciate that, but I have learned sitting in this job for 15 years that sometimes when people push you to the front, what it does is it brings the wrong kind of folk it gives them the wrong attention, makes folk want to, let me look at the books and let me look at the records and let me find out what you're doing. And so sometimes it's better to operate in the background. But I've been trying to figure out how to, balance that.
Happy medium, somewhere
Happy
between in
medium.
there. But
Yeah.
that's okay, because I went through the books. Because when people got questions, they need answers. Hold on a
That's
second,
right.
because
That's
I don't
right.
show nowhere unprepared.
Without the books.
Hear ye. Let's talk about it. Now, East Baton Rouge Council on Aging, for those who may not know, have been
That's right.
serving those in our parishes since 1973.
That's
So
it.
that
That's
goes
it.
to show this ain't nothing new that's just jumping off the porch.
We're not new to this. We true to this.
True to this,
54
but wait,
years we've been doing
there's
this.
more.
54 years.
I got more. There's
Come
more.
on.
That's the warm up. You hear me?
Come on with
So
it.
through all those bumps and bruises, trials and tribulations, you decided to keep this going because it was clearly working.
That's right.
And I wanted to know, like on a day to day, how many people in our area, our aunts, our uncles, our moms, our cousins, that really look forward to this. It's over 1.5 million total meals served annually.
Annually. That's
That
right.
also includes the Meals on Wheels.
That's it. And that is our biggest program, most important and our least visible, because we delivering food to the door and to your house. Our drivers take them in and we put it in. They get 7 meals in the box so that they can choose what they want to eat that week. They get a half a gallon of milk, 14 slices of bread. We got the snacks, fresh fruit. We give you the fork, the salt and pepper, because look, this is your best, most nutritious meal of the day.
Yeah.
You can put it in the oven, you can put it in the microwave, you warm it up, and it meets the recommended daily allowances for seniors, right? And so It's important when you're living on a fixed income that you at least have one very good meal of the day. Now, you might could get away with an egg and toast in the morning, but the meal that we provide is balanced. It's got vegetables, your starch, 4 to 5 ounces of protein. And I ain't talking about with the bone in it. We got center pork chops and, baked and grilled. Right. And so it's important that when you're on a fixed income and you're a senior, that you have a good meal. And so Meals on Wheels is our most important program because these are homebound seniors. They don't get out the house. They're dealing with health issues. And so for us, we are sometimes the only people that they see. They've outlived most of their family. And so it's important that we help them maintain their independence whatever they're going through. And so Meals on Wheels, that's my baby. I love that. That is the most important program to me. And I get joy when I get cards from them, or they'll call and say, the red beans and rice are so good today. And I took my medicine with it,
Yeah.
You can't beat them. I love Meals on Wheels. That's our favorite program. And Meals on Wheels is, what folks don't know, is a federal program. It was created by the federal government because they saw way back in 1965 that we were not taking the best care of our elderly. And so that's why councils on agents were created through the Older American Act of 1965. So a lot of people think, I just developed it. No, it's been around a lot of 53 plus years. And there's one in every parish or every county in this country.
You know what? And see, that's the level of edutainment I really love to bring with this platform. It's not about just asking questions. It's really for us to be able to listen and gain a greater level of understanding.
That's it.
It's bigger than the job. And every day when somebody gets up, it's a level of sacrifice that you're making in order to take care of somebody else in their time of need, no matter what it looks like.
And it's also great to know, the reason I always want people to know there's one in every county or every parish, because you might live in Atlanta, but your parents are here. You can call your council on aging or we call them a AAA, your area agency on aging, which is the same. We're both. You can call us and from out of state and say, my parents need some food. I can't get there. How do I get them on Meals on Wheels? Or I got a parent and I work in Texas, but my parents don't want to leave home in Baton Rouge. How do I get them involved in programs that's going to keep them independent, active, and engaged, and help with their mental cognitive? And you could call the Council on Aging. You can have the one in Dallas to call me here, or you could call us directly, because we do this across the country.
Well, golly, Tasha, I was just warming up, and that's so good. Now I'm sitting a little upset with myself. Like,
I done jumped around. Sorry.
No, like seriously, like I like to think that I'm aware, and I see the work that you're doing. I do feel some type of way though. And this is me dry snitching. I'm about
Okay.
to tell on everybody that has ever attended that senior skip
The
day
senior skip day.
with East Baton Rouge Council on Aging. Now, they'll
Yeah.
let me come in there to work. They'll let me come in there to play around sometimes.
That's
But
it.
they
But
will
just
listen,
fellowship.
this is their day.
This is
This
their
is their
day.
event. And I'm
That's
talking
it.
about you put on from the concerts for them,
That's it.
the
That's it.
food and the fellowship that they
Yeah.
have, and they take pride in those
They
events.
do.
They
That's
do
right.
t-shirts, they bring their friends, they meet new friends. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? What you got to do to join the Council on Aging? Because I'm trying to get in there and say, baby, wait your turn.
Wait your
And when they
turn.
tell you wait your
That's
turn, you
it.
just keep living.
Just keep living. And so folks don't know that activities like senior skip day and senior prom, people think we're just throwing a party, but no. One of the main issues that plague senior citizens is social isolation. Because all you do is you sit at home, you're on the phone, you might go to church, but you're isolated. And so activities like senior skip day, senior prom, that brings you together. You engage with your peers and people with like mind. Studies have proven, LaTangela, if you get around folk your age 3 or 4 days a week and do activities and talk, you forget about the stresses of life. And the next thing you know, you adding 7 years to your life existence. You can live 7 years longer by engaging with your peers. So skip day is our number one party with a purpose, right? Where they come together. We have 5,000 to 6,000 seniors in the River Center. They come together. Seniors want to go to the Boosie Bash too, but because our age and we might have a walker or a rollator, we need to have our own so we can all get together. And so that's an opportunity for them to get together, fellowship, have a day party. They skipping the doctor, they skipping the grandkids, they skipping the hospital. We going in the River Center and have us a time today.
And we do. And
we do.
Some of them even have me on the group text message say, you know what's coming up. Hey, Tan, listen, if you're going to get there, make sure you pass me my bingo cards.
That's it.
They let me know the itinerary, and it's just the level of excitement that they have, and to know that others in other generations want to come through and volunteer to serve, to be a part of the conversation, and to say, you know what, we're not going to isolate, because maybe we'll sit in this room and we'll walk away with something too. And that's being around that figure that has lived through it and still thriving while they're doing it, because it does something for us all.
It does. And it gives the younger people an opportunity. My mom used to tell me this all the time. You got to know when you're sitting at the feet of wisdom. And in order to ascertain some wisdom, you got to close your mouth and listen. And so what I get on a daily basis from seniors is knowledge and wisdom and life experience. That's why we have an intergenerational center on Gushon, where the seniors get with the youth and they teaching them wisdom and about life and how not to go down the wrong path. And the youth teaching the seniors, how to use your phone, how to text, how to get on Instagram, how to get on eHarmony, get you a match, christianmix.com. But you gotta
how to communicate effectively.
And how to communicate effectively.
Feel like it's this big generational gap.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And so I get an opportunity to hear from them on a daily basis, and some of the stuff, except for skip day, which is my baby. Because during high school, my favorite day of school was skipping. We skipped that day. But the seniors come up with these activities, like the Dukes and Boots. I was like, nah, y'all really don't want to wear Daisy Dukes. We do.
And did. Style it, profile it. And and it's great to see that spark of life.
Yeah.
And say we have that safe space to be able to do it. Seen, heard, catered to, respected. And and everybody leaves happy and healthy. And knowing that this is my community that cares enough that if I need something, because y'all keep the doctors on deck too, because sometimes we might get a little too many crawfish, or sometimes somebody may have misstepped and didn't have medicine that morning. But it's okay, because you think about all those wraparound services to cater to everybody. And that was just my warm-up.
And speaking of safe spaces, that's our senior centers. We went from having 8 to 21, and each one is different. And each one, I got one, they got a Domino's and Space Club that's going off every day. I got another senior center, they do quilting. They make major quilts and they take them to the nursing home. I got one, they line dancing all. We do Tai Chi and yoga and exercise, depending on what center you go to. I got an aquatic center with a swimming pool. Now, you ever seen the seniors in their 2 pieces?
They be ready.
They ready.
And that's one of the best forms of exercises. And to be able to go out there and do that, that is awesome.
Yeah, so we do some stuff.
I wanted to ask you too about your Lotus rides. I know that you
Okay,
do nearly 42,000 of those, but what
that's
does
right.
that look like and who qualifies for a Lotus ride?
So what a Lotus ride is we realize that seniors want to go, but they don't have half the time, most of them don't drive, right? And as you age, there's something that goes to your eye and your dexterity. And so we created a program called Lotus Rides. We have 15 buses with lifts, and you can call, we'll pick you up from your house and we bring you to your nearest senior center. Oftentimes we take them to the doctors. We go on field trips. You know, you gotta
Hey,
say field trips. We go on field trips. We just do a lot. And so that's anybody that's in the Council on Aging can get on the Lotus Rides and we'll take you where you need to go.
how do you join Council on Aging? Is this something that
It's
you bring memberships? Do you have to be referred? Do you just walk in?
two things. You got to live in East Baton Rouge Parish and you got to be 60 years or older. And that's it. You can call, we'll get you joined in, you become a member. You know, you're a member of the Council on Aging. And then what we do is we do an assessment to see how we can help you best. If you need meals, we can get them to your house or you can get them at the senior center. If you need incontinence supply, we have a program called Material Aid that a lot of folks don't know. Some of the
Right.
highest things that seniors have to buy is stuff to keep you wrapped around in your house. So incontinence supplies, those which are your pull-ups or your diapers, your bed pads, we provide those for free. Your
And those are
nutritional
expensive.
supplements, they're very expensive.
Those are expensive.
Nutritional supplements, your Boost, your Ensure, your Glucerna, we provide that to you monthly for free. Durable medical equipment, your walkers, your rollators, your canes, we provide that for free. We put in grab bars at the house because we want to support you being independent as long as you can. And when you have these kind of things, you get to stay in your house as long as possible. And so we do that. And that, Lotus Rides is another thing that maintains your independence. Don't sit at home. Come on, join us. We'll come get you, feed you, play with you all day. You get to do all you want to do, and then we bring you home. And they like kids. When you get home, they ready to go to bed. I'm about to eat my dinner.
It's been a long, active day.
It's been a long day. It's been a
an
long day.
adventure. And even when the families need those wraparound services and information, you all offer so much when it comes to resources and making sure that everyone is aware. How does that look for you all as an agency?
So we have a caregiver support program where you're the caregiver, you can call us and we'll do sometimes we'll come and keep your senior for 4 or 5 hours so you can go do the things that you do. We partner with Alzheimer's services out in Baker. And if you have somebody suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's, we pay for them to go to adult day care. We take care of that. We have a grant that we give to Alzheimer's services so that you can go leave your senior there. They do memory activities, they feed them, they kind of help them work on some mind cognitive activities, and we pay for that. And so and all this is because the state and the city provided us a millage, and the millage is what we use to take care of a lot of these services. So it's no cost to you to join the council. You don't pay for anything.
And it's always good to know because people will talk about a millage and they don't understand what
Right.
it's doing. They don't know what it looks like in real
Right.
time.
That's right.
And if we were just to read through it, knowing that you've been servicing the area and the families within since 1973,
Right.
over 1.5 million total meals served annually, including the Meals on Wheels,
Right.
nearly 42,000 Lotus rides to make
That's
sure that
it.
they're being active and able to come and go and keep
Annually.
people of independence.
Yeah.
Over 27,000 units of information and assistance
Yeah.
that you deliver to your seniors in our area.
That's it.
28,000 plus units of material aid distributed annually, from incontinence to their booze, to their
That's right.
supplements, to the things we don't think about on a day-to-day because it's not
You
on
need to come
our
work for us.
doorstep.
You got all the info. I'm trying to tell you.
Listen to me now.
You
Listen
need
to
to
me
get off.
now.
You need to come on over, get off the podcast and come to the Council on Aging.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to the one over there with the podcast center so we can do our podcast without
Okay, let's
to
do
bridge
it.
that gap.
Yeah, let's do it.
But you know what else? That's at one of your 22 senior centers.
That's it.
And we
That's
need to do a highlight on those so
Yes,
people can
ma'am.
be more than aware. We'll see
Right.
it, we'll see it in passing. And for those who it impacts greatly, and they can't
Right.
imagine what their lives would be
Yeah.
like without it.
Exactly.
But for us, if we just see millage, if we just see yes or no,
Yeah,
it
we
doesn't
don't
have
know.
that weight because we don't really know. We just think somebody else asking for something else.
That's
We
right.
just think
That's
somebody
right.
else gonna misuse something else. We just
Something
thinking
else.
that this is something else that's going to take from
You're
us
exactly
and
right.
not truly give to others, and maybe even to us when we need it.
That's right. That's right.
Because if it goes away, it goes away.
That's right.
So now that we know all of these things, imagine life without it. For
Imagine it.
all of those families that it impacts on a day-to-day, or imagine that slowing down. And
That's
the
right.
part that you didn't even get the chance to touch on, Tasha, are all the jobs that you all offer, because somebody got to run these programs.
Somebody, because they're
Somebody
service
got to ride
programs.
that fleet.
Somebody got to drive.
Somebody got to be at the daycare centers
That's
and
right.
event
That's right.
centers and
That's right.
like somebody's got to be there to do that.
Somebody has to do it. That's right. And one other thing we didn't get to talk about, senior housing, because what we have learned is seniors want somewhere decent and affordable so that they can age in place. We just built a 116 unit housing complex, $27 million. That didn't use a dime of the millage money. We leveraged that money to get money from tax credits and other entities and outside companies. And so seniors have, our seniors have paved the way. And people say that lightly, but if not for them paying the taxes that came before us, we wouldn't have the stuff that we have, that we get the privilege of using. And so we can't let them be forgotten, right? Yeah. We got to take care of the elderly. It's in the Bible. You got to take care of the elderly. That's our responsibility. That's our moral responsibility, right? And so this millage allows us to do that. And it allows us to keep them independent. And here's what folks really don't understand. You might pay on the millage average $2.28 a month. That's a cup of coffee. No more than $22.
Where you buying your coffee from?
Racetrack.
I'm about to say.
Because Starbucks $5 and $7. I'm balling on a budget over here, LaTangela. But $2.28. But we don't get the credit, or people don't realize we saving you money. To put a senior in a nursing home, the state, we have to pay in taxes $100,000 a year. To get them in the 28 programs that we have is $5,000 annually for the year, right? And so look all the money we saving, and then they get to live with dignity, not in a nursing home strapped to a bed, And now nursing homes have their role. When you get to the point where you just can't do, then okay. But as long as we around you and wrapping services around you, we're going to keep you independent and going and living decently. So yeah, we do that.
You know what, Tasha? Now I'm upset. I'm upset. All of this has been happening. This is the first real sit down we've had to do all the highlights. I feel some type of way. It's too much greatness that's happening on a day-to-day. And I know when you're busy doing the work, there's no time to come up for the praise party, but this is indeed a praise party. All of that hard work and dedication is paying off, and the families are seeing it. And we can't say thank you to you and your team, the vision, the leadership, and the dedication, even when it's heavy. It's worth it.
And when it's heavy, and it's only heavy when it's political, but I have 128 dedicated employees over here, and every day we in the trenches. And sometimes when you're in the trenches, you don't take the time to look at what everybody else is doing, because we're trying to get done what we're trying to get done. We're trying to make lives better for folks. And you got to stay focused and committed to that. And so we have learned how to tune out the rest of the noise, right?
That's it.
We stay focused on our purpose, and that's another thing. That's the Janice Clark and me. My mama always says, you got to keep your eye on the prize and stay focused on your program, and God will work the rest out.
Yeah.
He'll work the rest out.
He definitely will. And Tasha, I want you to think of this as an extension of your office. Okay. So whenever you have anything going on, you need to get the word out. This is your space to do that. I'm looking forward to having that conversation and the podcast with my seniors. So that way I can talk to them face to face and let them know how I feel about them not letting me participate. You know what I mean? When it comes down to that music bingo, I'm going to show up. I'm going to call the numbers, but I do want to play around.
You want to play around? They'll let you play, but you can't win.
But you can't win their prizes. And
you gotta be sick.
That part. And I want to encourage our community stakeholders to be able to pay it forward too. Think about just spending some time in some of these adult centers and going to some of the events. Your presence, never underestimate the power of it.
Power of your presence.
Because it means a lot.
Most
And
definitely.
and not to mention it, I'd love to see, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everybody
Right.
just coming together because that's
Right.
the family entity. And when we get
Right.
back to
Mhm.
community as a sense of family, life
Yeah.
will start looking the way we need it to.
And I often tell folks, don't wait to volunteer at Thanksgiving to serve a plate. We need you before we and after Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
And any day that you got free, call us. Come on, we'll put you in the senior center and let you see what the real day-to-day is. But we don't, we the feel good opportunities, that's great for holidays, but we need you beyond those times for sure.
absolutely.
For
And to
sure.
learn more and to volunteer, how can we
And
contact you? Website, phone number to the
website.
office?
So the website is www.ebrcoa.org. You can call us. The phone number is 225-923-8000. And you can hit us on Facebook. We on Instagram, that's East Baton Rouge Council on Aging. Look us up and join us.
That's right.
Join
She
us.
said, we ain't
That's it.
hard to find. We
We ain't
outside.
hard. We ain't hiding.
Exactly. I'm so proud of you. And
Thank
I
you
know
so
you got
much.
more work to do. So I'm gonna let you
No
chase
work
the
to do.
sun or let the
Yeah,
sun chase you. But
I
either way,
appreciate that.
get after it. I
Get
love
after
you,
it.
and there's absolutely nothing
That's
you can
right.
do about it. You
Thank
heard
you
me?
so much. And I want you to just remind them, look, we got a renewal coming up on June 27th. We're renewing our millage and we need you. Go rock the vote, support our seniors. Seniors need you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Make
Thank you,
it happen.
Taj, for having me.
Anytime. I'll see you soon. I'm pulling up.
Pull
Look,
up.
have my office ready. I'm coming outside. Let's go.
Come on. Come on. Thank you so much here.